I wanted to share my testimony about my son, Dorian. As a mother, one of the greatest joys in life is the moment you find out you're pregnant. The excitement, the anticipation, the dreams of what your child will become. For me, that moment was filled with happiness and hope, but it was also tinged with fear and uncertainty. During my 7th month of pregnancy, a routine ultrasound revealed that my baby Dorian had hydrocephalus. Hydrocephalus is a condition where there is an abnormal accumulation of cerebrospinal fluid within the brain, and this can sometimes cause pressure to increase in the skull. That can lead to potential brain damage. Symptoms can vary according to age. For example, uncontrollable headaches, double vision, also increased head sizes. It can also include vomiting, sleepiness, seizures, downward pointing eyes, just to name a few. In Dorian's case, his condition was detected in utero, which meant we had time to educate ourselves about his condition and prepare for what was to come. The news was devastating enough, but I knew that I had to be strong for my son, no matter what challenges lay ahead. From the moment Dorian was born, he didn't have many of the symptoms as we were expecting, which were typical for children with this condition, even though there were moments of fear and the uncertainty of not knowing what the future held for my precious boy. But through it all, Dorian showed a resilience and a strength that I never knew was possible. One of the hardest parts of having a child with hydrocephalus is watching them struggle. Seeing Dorian in pain after surgeries, or to watch him get frustrated when he couldn't keep up with his peers, this broke my heart. Even though Dorian was born a healthy baby with no oversized head, the doctors told me everything. Dorian would have difficulties trying to do things like physical activities to academic learning. He would be far behind his other classmates. But through it all, I knew that I had to be Dorian's biggest advocate, his fiercest supporter. I learned to celebrate every small victory, whether it was taking his first steps or saying his first words. After some time, Dorian was placed in Babies Can't Wait. This organization provides programs that help children with physical, speech, and occupational therapy. Our family dynamics were greatly impacted by Dorian's condition. My other children had to learn to be patient and understanding, and we all had to make sacrifices to ensure that Dorian received the care that he needed. As you can imagine, there were moments of frustration and exhaustion, but there were also moments of pure joy and love that made it all worth it. Somewhere around 2022, Dorian was 9 years old at that time. That's when he had his first chronic seizure, and the seizures have continued, and they have increased to this day, sometimes as many as 4 seizures every day. Through it all, I found strength in the love I have for my son. Dorian has taught me more about resilience, courage, and determination than I ever thought possible. He has shown me that no matter what life throws at you, you can overcome it with love and determination. Even though I had to stop working for long periods of time to take care of my son, I was introduced to Mr. Johnny Moore through one of my co-workers. That's when prayers for my son began. But in the beginning, it seemed as if Dorian's condition was getting worse. Dorian started having as many as 4 seizures a day, sometimes as close as 2 hours apart. But Mr. Johnny continued to pray for my son. But then things began to change. Through prayer, Dorian hasn't had a seizure in over a month, and I thank God for Mr. Johnny Moore and for his prayers and his commitment to prayer and to being obedient to what God called him to do, heal the sick. It's because of God's faithfulness and Mr. Johnny Moore's obedience to God's calling on his life that my Dorian is doing so much better.